This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
Welcome back. May is National Do-It-Yourself Projects Month, and sometimes you may see a cool project online and either you never get to it or maybe it turns out a little harder than you anticipated, which usually happens to me. But that's all about to change. Nikki Kelsey from 2501 is here this morning to show us a fun project anyone can do. How are you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. So I am in love with your website. It's a website/blog, and you just show off all these fun projects that you've done, whether at your house or for friends and family, and I'm in love, and you just make it look so easy. So before you show us how to make a project, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the whole do-it-yourself project.
Well, I own my own business, Kelsey's Interior Painting and Decorating. I've been doing it for almost a year now, and I just started it up because everyone keeps telling me you just need to do it. So I did, and I'm loving it.
Perfect. And I think you're helping a lot of people along the way with your creative ways, and you're very artistic at the same time. So you're going to show us how to make this cute little plaque that you can put anywhere, whether outside your house or inside. And it's literally, it says home on it, which I love, with a mason jar and some flowers. So you're going to walk us through the steps, right? Okay.
Okay, so you've got 1x4 common board, and you can purchase this at about any local hardware store.
Okay.
And you can make it about any size that you want, really. These are about 14 inches.
Okay.
So this is what it starts out like right here. And then you can pick out whatever base color you want. I've chosen gray for this project. And literally you just take your paint, apply a really light coat of paint onto it. And then you'll let that coat dry out, and it won't take long if you do it really light on there.
Okay.
And once that dries, then you can apply your distressed coat, which is on. You can kind of see better on this one here.
And you just took a white color.
And this one is just white, and this one does have a semi-gloss sheen to it.
Okay, is that what you're looking for when you do?
You can pick whatever you want. That's just kind of what I had around, and so I chose that one for it, but that's how this one is done.
And you obviously don't want to paint it all the way through because like you want it to make it look distressed, so just a couple strokes.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be perfect because you want it to make it look like it's a little rustic.
Yes.
Okay, so after we're done doing all of that, you let it dry.
You do, yes.
Right. And then you have this back-end. Now, do you want to do this before or after you paint?
I waited until I was completely done because I wanted to coat all areas of the wood.
Gotcha.
So I did all areas of that, and then you can flip it over and attach your backing pieces.
Now, you just put the holes in yourself?
Yes, I took my drill and did some pilot holes on it just to make it easier so it wouldn't split the wood.
Okay. And then these are just the braces that keeps the wood together?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, just to keep it all together.
And I also noticed that you staggered the wood, so it's not even. So you want every block to be a little bit off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be perfect. I just thought maybe do it that way just so it gives a little more character.
Okay. And then we go and move off to move on to the mason jar, which you can buy a lot of these off of either Swap Shop or the store, or you might even have some in your pantry because of canning. So
yes. Okay, so for the mason jar, I used some chalk paint, and this is the chalk paint that I used. Before applying it, you'll want to clean the mason jar with alcohol. Let it dry.
Okay.
Once it is dry, you can apply the chalk paint to it, and you want to use a foam brush on it to apply.
Now, is there a secret why you're using the foam brush, just to kind of get
It's just recommended for it. I think it gives it a nice finish on there, and it doesn't leave a ton of brush marks in it.
And you're just doing the outside, not the inside?
Just the outside on this one. You can do the inside on it, but for this project, it showed it to be on the outside, and so just applying it with the foam brush, just like that.
Okay.
And then you'll have to let that dry as well, and it does say up to an hour on that, and you'll have to do a second coat on that.
And then eventually, once it's done drying, it's going to kind of look a little bit more like that, which the chalk portion, when people say chalk paint, they think that you can write on it, but it's just the texture once it dries.
It's a drier paint, yes.
Okay. All right. And so after that is done, then you use one of these.
Yes. So I went ahead and drilled out a pilot hole in this as well, just to make the screw go through it a lot easier, because it is a pretty pretty thick metal. And for your placement, after you've done your stenciling for your home, you can figure out where you'd like that. But literally, you will just drill this in first.
Okay.
And then you can slide your mason jar up and into it, and then you'll tighten it down. And then your mason jar will stay there.
And then you just have some twine to do a little bow on there if you like.
Yes.
Some flowers that you could probably get just at the dollar store. And you can put any type of flower in there.
You can put fresh ones if you want.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And finally, you also, so we have home painted on there.
Yes.
And I noticed that you have these printed out. Does it just make it easier, or?
The way that I do those, you can just print them at home with your computer. And you'll place them on the wood, and we can show them on this piece that is dry here.
Okay.
So we can put whatever letter
Let's
you'd like on there.
just do E for Ella. How about that?
Hey, that's perfect. All right, so you'll place that on there, and you'll want to use a wooden pencil, and you're going to trace very hard all around the outline of the letter. And by doing so, when you pull the paper up, you will see the outline of that letter. And then...
Oh, I mean, you probably won't be able to see it
it's
on,
gonna be
but you can
difficult.
actually see the indent, and then that will be like your skeleton to kind of trace over it with paint.
Yes, and you'll take a fine tip brush, and then you can
barely see it. We can see it, I promise.
It's there.
Yeah, it's right there. There's the E. Okay, and then that's what you're going to use as like your little stencil.
Exactly, and you can do that on about any project if you need to put lettering on anything.
Perfect.
So,
I love this.
Yes.
And so what we'll do is we'll post everything on our website at ktvo.com, and then we'll link up your information as well if anybody has any questions or concerns.
That sounds great.
Again, her website is amazing, and it gives you ideas. She has tips there, and of course, if you have any questions, she's more than willing to help out. So especially when it comes to painting, I know that I'm going to have you back on so we can talk about paint.
That sounds wonderful.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Ella.
And we'll be right back.